Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now, as we know, 7-star champion pools are changing. They are changing very soon. To be more specific, it's happening on Tuesday, 3 days from now, 5th of December. So these champions are going to be entering the base pool, and it's kind of funny. Can you tell which graphic is made by White Mummy and which one was made by Kabam, and which one you like more, by the way? But anyways, so summoner choice champions are moving from the Titan crystal into the basic crystal pool. So Null, Juggernaut, Shang-Chi, Warlock, Colossus, and Spot are getting removed from the Titan crystal. And that obviously will make the base crystal slightly more exciting, because who doesn't want to pull a nice Juggernaut? I know I do. And then obviously we are getting an update to the Titan crystal. Now, I have several basic 7 stars waiting to be opened, as well as about 4 Titan crystals, I believe. And with that, this is going to be the crystal. This is going to be the champion pool. So we're gonna get added in Morbius, Shield, Havoc, Penny Parker, Werewolf by Night, and Kushala. They will be joining the 12 champions that are remaining in the Titan Crystal: Gladiator, Vox, Iron Man, Jabari, Panther, Photon, Spider-Ham, as well as Kindred, Hyperion, Lady Deathstrike, Danny Moonstar, Crossbones, Silk. As we can see, that there are very few misses in this crystal, for sure, and it's looking very spicy. So that is my question for you guys. Which of these champions you would want to pull the most, and which of these champions you would want to pull the least? Because there is a very good reason why I waited, and that is because with the change to this crystal pool, I'm basically removing most of the champions I'd like to avoid from the Titan crystal, such as, for instance, Spot or Colossus. Colossus is probably the worst pull in there, and a handful of others. And we're adding several champions that I'd absolutely love to pull. We also got extremely fortunate with the 2 champions that Kabam chose to add, with Havoc and Penny in there. And now for me personally, I would love to pull myself a 7-star Silk, Lady Deathstrike, Kindred. I'd love to dupe my Photon, pull Havoc or Penny or Werewolf or Kushala or Hyperion, obviously. And there are still plenty of champions that I'd want to, well, that I'd be okay with. Like, if I pulled Crossbones, I wouldn't be like upset about it, or I wouldn't be like super overjoyous about it either. If I duped Spider-Ham, I'd probably be quite happy. I'm kind of mixed, love to pull or okay. I'm gonna leave him okay. Spider-Ham doesn't really need that dupe, but it'd be kind of cool. Jabari Panther, I think, is fairly cool too. Iron Man, Vox, dupe on Morbius, wouldn't be too bad either. At least that gives him some more utility, and Shield as well. The 2 champions that I absolutely want to avoid personally: Danny Moonstar and Gladiator. I am starting my champion ranking series today. The first video will be dropping today, explaining the order of the series and all that stuff. And I think it goes without a doubt at the moment in the game that Danny Moonstar and Gladiator are probably the 2 worst champions released in 2023. So needless to say, I would really want to avoid them. Now, obviously, to be fair, Danny Moonstar is getting a tune-up, even though I think she needs way more than a tune-up. I think she needs a very significant redesign of her kit. And similar to Gladiator, we don't know for sure that Gladiator is getting a tune-up. But come on, he kind of has to be. At the moment, he's, one of the most current memes of the contest. He's like an angry smurf that got bullied in middle school, so went and got jacked during the summer break before high school, and now has lost all sense of humor and is just being a self-conscious little man-child. Whatever. That's Gladiator. However, the rest of the crystal looks very good. when, you know, plurality of the champions, when half the pools, because we have a total of 18 champions in the Titan Crystal, when half of those 18 champions would fit the description of champions that I'd love to pull, like a Werewolf, or Kushala, or Havoc, or Silk, something. And then significant majority are champions that I'd still be quite happy with, like, you know, Vox or Iron Man, or, you know, getting Dupe on Morbius, or getting Shield. That crystal's looking good. That crystal is looking quite spicy. I mean, look at it. This is one of the most beautiful champion lineups in any crystal added in ever to this point in MCOC. We don't get crystals like this, where the worst champions are still in. Okay, with the exception of 2, where the worst champions are still very, very good and potent and current and used. And that's the coolest thing, because with the exception of Danny Moonstar and Gladiator, we genuinely do see all of these champions present in contests, being used, being utilized, and, you know, helping players. So this crystal is going to be absolutely amazing. And therefore, obviously the question, which would personally be your ideal pulls? Obviously, we can still talk about the basic crystal, basic 7-star. There are a ton of amazing pulls that I would want from there, like dupe on my Bishop or Sasquatch. I actually just duped my Domino, but pulling Sunspot for the first time, duping Overseer, pulling Joe Fixit for the first time, then trying to dupe him. Like, basic crystal has a lot of good champs in it as well. Oh, and Juggernaut, obviously. Who can forget about Juggernaut? I'd love a 7-star Juggernaut. Still though, the only big question here remains is whether Photon is going to get balanced up or down. Like, if I was confident that Photon is not getting tuned down in any way, shape, or form, there's a very, very good chance that Photon already would be a rank 3 on my account. But before I do take her up to rank 3, I just want to make sure that they are not catching Photon. And who knows, maybe I'm going to get dupe her as well, in which case, you know, I'd be super happy for that, because Photon does need the dupe. She's significantly better dupe. So, again, back to the point, enough of the rambling. I want you to tell me which champions here do you want the most? Which champions would you want the least? And what do you think of the crystal overall? It is a very, very, very good looking crystal. So I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about